GRE scores need to be good. You actually are required to have observation hours before you get into physical therapy school. I think most schools require around 60 hours, and that's just a minimum. It's better to have more hours and to be very diverse. In other words, different settings: outpatient, nursing home, hospital. It really looks better if you seem to be interested in all aspects of it. They look a lot at community service, volunteer work, that kind of thing. But basically what they're looking to see is that you didn't focus on just one thing. That you're very well-rounded and you're capable of handling more than one thing, than just concentrating on grades or volunteering or that kind of thing.
Once a student gets into PT school, what should be their number one focus?
It should be schoolwork. Most PT schools actually discourage you from having any kind of job while you're there because they know that your education, once you're there, is a full-time job. You're generally in class from 8 to 5 every day, and then you're looking at going home and doing 2 to 3 hours of studying and homework every night. So I think some schools you have to get special permission in order to have a job, and they look at your grade trend and see, determine if you can handle it. And but most of them say, highly discourage you from getting a job because your schoolwork is so important and all time consuming. So.
Explain the process of actually applying and getting accepted into PT school.
By getting your transcripts together, download the application or request an application, and basically it'll tell you what steps you need to take. Most of them require, like I said, your transcripts, your GRE scores. You fill out the application, send in the application fee with all your paperwork, and once they receive all that, based on your application, they'll determine whether or not to offer you an interview. If they offer you an interview, generally you take a tour of the school. They give you some information. You do your interview, and then once that's done, they look at everything. They look at your application again. They look at your interview answers, and then after that is when you get the offer, to begin or not. So.